Have you ever wanted to make burgers so juicy and flavorful that your friends beg for the recipe? If so, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to dive into the secrets of grilling the perfect burger. In this video, you will learn the key to getting that perfect juicy burger every time, how to prepare your patties like a pro, tips to avoid common burger grilling mistakes, plus I'll share a game-changing hack that'll take your burger game to the next level. So if you're ready to impress with your grilling skills, let's get started. The magic of a great burger starts before you even fire up the grill. For me, the hack here is the quality of the meat. I usually grind a whole brisket when I make my patties. Using a high quality cut instead of pre-ground beef that is made from scraps from multiple animals makes a ton of difference. Using a brisket, even if it isn't rated as a prime brisket, gives the burgers a richer, juicier taste. And I typically end up with an 80-20 blend, just the right balance for a perfectly cooked burger. If you want a 70-30 blend, add a little bit more fat trimmings. Also, more often than not, the price per pound is more economical than buying the pre-ground beef at the grocery store. When it comes to seasoning, salt and pepper are always a must. But I like to step it up a little. I throw in some garlic powder, smoked paprika, and onion powder to give the flavor an extra kick. I've also used some of those onion soup packets before too. Seasoning is a simple step, but makes a huge difference. Now, for shaping those patties, it's all about getting them just right. I make sure not to overwork the meat so the patties are tender and juicy. A little trick I use is pressing a small indentation in the center of each patty to keep them from puffing up too much while cooking. Making your patties uniform is another hack that is often overlooked. If the patty is thick in the center and thin on the edge, the outer edge is going to cook way faster than the middle. You'll end up with burnt edges, while the center could be severely undercooked. So I use a burger patty press. It makes sure they're all the same size and thickness so each burger comes out perfect. Let's talk about heat, because it's key to getting that perfect burger char. You need to understand when to go with direct heat and when to back off with indirect heat. To get that crispy flavorful crust, you want high direct heat at first. But here's a little pro tip. Once the burger's seared, don't just keep it on the high heat. Move it to a cooler spot to let it cook through without burning the outside. Now, let's talk about flipping, because timing is everything. A lot of people make the mistake of flipping the burger too early. You want to let it cook for a bit to form that beautiful crust. Here's a grilled burger hack I swear by. When you flip, use a metal spatula, but don't just slide it under the patty. Instead, gently lift it and give it a little twist to loosen it before you flip. It may sound simple, but it really helps to keep that perfect sear intact and makes all the difference in the final result. Another grilled burger hack to avoid dry burgers is making sure you don't overcook them. Constantly flipping your burger might seem like a good idea, but each flip actually messes up the crust and squeezes out those delicious juices. Try flipping your burger just 2 or 3 times at the most. Be sure to let it rest before serving. That extra rest time will lock in all those juices. Want to take your burgers to the next level? Grab my Juicy Burger Seasoning Mixes and Sauces ebook and discover seasoning blends and sauces that will make your grilling game unstoppable. Check out the link in the comments. Now, let's talk about what really brings your burgers to life. Toppings. While the classic lettuce, tomato, and cheese combo is always solid, it's time to have some fun and get creative. I'm talking crispy bacon, caramelized onions, or even sauteed mushrooms to bring a rich, savory element. Don't be afraid to experiment with different flavors. This is where you can really let your taste buds run wild. But it's not just about piling on ingredients, it's all about balance. You want a contrast of flavors and textures. A creamy slice of avocado paired with sharp cheddar, or a crunch of pickles cutting through the richness of the patty. These little details are what make your burger unforgettable. The texture is just as important. Add some crispy lettuce or crunchy pickles to balance out the softness of the patty. And here's my go-to hack for a simple, killer homemade sauce. Mix ketchup, mayo, mustard, and Worcestershire sauce and chop up some pickles. It's tangy and creamy and adds just the right kick. If you want to spice it up, throw in a little garlic powder or hot sauce for the extra flavor. Now that you learned all my go-to grilled burger hacks, you're ready to make juicy, flavorful burgers every time you fire up the grill. You know how important the meat quality is, how to get the perfect char, and the right toppings to really elevate your burger. But if you're looking to get even more in depth with grilling burgers on a charcoal grill and mastering a 2-zone fire, check out the video right here. I'll catch you there.